Welcome to Hypnosis Health Info. I'm Roger Moore. Yeah, I've been supporting people with weight loss for over 14 years now, and I've been the director of the Slender for Life Hypnotic Weight Loss Program for over 12 years. And so I keep thinking that, with all my studying and research and having worked with over thousands of people over the last 14 years in supporting their weight loss, I keep thinking that there isn't much out there that's going to surprise me, but every once in a while I am surprised that I'm surprised. And yesterday, which was April 26th of 2011, was one of those moments where I was surprised. And I came across a study that I find appalling and very upsetting. It was dated April 20, or the report is April 26th of 2011 in WebMD, and it's titled CDC, Kids Lack Access to Healthy Food Choices. And I've talked for several years now about how appalling childhood obesity is, and that it's totally preventable, and that we need to step up to the plate as adults and take responsibility for the food that we're making available to our kids, and that as a nation we simply can't afford the epidemic of obesity, and that we absolutely have to reform health care, and that begins by each of us taking responsibility for our own health care and treating our bodies with love, with dignity, with respect, and feeding our bodies real food, and getting out and exercising and moving our bodies. And so I'm just surprised at this report. I'm appalled at the numbers that are here. And it says that limited access to healthy foods in most U.S. states may be making it more difficult to instill healthy eating habits in children, and may be fueling the childhood obesity epidemic. A new CDC report shows 32 states and the District of Columbia scored at or below the national average for the Modified Retail Food Environment Index, an indicator of access to retailers that sell healthy foods like fruits and vegetables. Now that part, I didn't find at all surprising. I've seen reports like that for quite some time now. Based on a range from 0, no food retailers that typically sell healthy food, to 100, which is only food retailers that sell healthy food, the national average score was 10. Out of a possibility of 0 to 100, the national average is only 10? Oh my God, folks, what are we doing? The highest scoring states were Montana and Maine. Now that surprised me too, with scores of 16 and 15 respectively. So out of a possibility of 0 to 100, the highest scoring state has a score of only 16. Rhode Island, District of Columbia ranked at the bottom of the index with scores of 5 and 4 respectively. So in the District of Columbia, our nation's capital, we rank 4 in terms of the ability or availability of healthy food choices to our kids. To feed their children healthy food at home, parents must have ready access to stores that sell affordable, healthy foods, says William Dietz, MD, PhD, director of the CDC's Division of Nutrition, Physical Activity, and Obesity, in a news release. Researchers say lack of access to supermarkets and other venues where healthy foods are available for sale have been associated with lower quality diet and increased risk of obesity. In addition, some studies suggest that greater access to convenience stores and fast food restaurants where healthy choices may not be readily available or may cost more is linked to the greater risk of obesity. Childhood obesity has tripled over the past 30 years. This report underscores the need to make healthier choices easier for kids and more accessible and affordable to parents. Here's some other information. An average of 49% of middle and high school schools allowed less healthy foods like candy, soft drinks, and fast food to be advertised on school grounds. 49% of our middle and high school schools allow advertisement for candy and soft drinks. In Ohio, nearly 70% allow it, compared with only 24% of schools in New York. About 64% of middle and high school schools offer sugary drinks and vending machines or snack bars, ranging from a high of 80% in Kansas to a low of 16.7% in Connecticut. As of December 2000 state, only one state, Georgia, had enacted all 3 state licensing regulations for child care facilities recommended by the CDC to encourage healthy eating and exercise habits among children, which is restrict sugary drinks, require access to drinking water throughout the day, and limit TV and computer screen time. And here I am in Washington State, which is a pretty progressive state, and there's a number of health food choices or healthy food choices options around, and yet out of that score or that scale of 0 to 100, here in Washington, we still only ranked, as I recall, a 12. And in my blog post, I'll put a link to this report, and what it has is a list of all the states and how they rank, so you can look up your state and just see where you're at in the ranking. And even the best scoring state, Montana, well, yeah, congratulations for being the best. It's still only, it's a terrible score. Why aren't we scoring up in the 80s, 90s, and 100s? Why aren't we there? So, folks, as adults, let's step up to the plate. Let's take responsibility for our own behaviors and actions. And the best way to make changes in the food industry is with our wallets. So stop buying Coke and Diet Coke and Pepsi and all that garbage. Stop buying other sugary drinks. Stop buying the candy bars. Stop buying the potato chips and the Cheetos and the Doritos, and stop buying the packaged processed foods. Stop going to McDonald's and KFC and Pizza Hut and places like that. Vote with your wallet by buying lettuce, tomatoes, other vegetables, buying apples and bananas and grapes and cherries and peaches and melons and all the wonderful fruits, and buying whole grains. And I'll put some links in my blog post about, with this video as to some sites where you can go to get healthy recipes that are quick, simple, and easy and inexpensive and affordable recipes that you can make at home that will allow you to create fast food in an inexpensive way that's still healthy. So look around here at the other tools and resources at Hypnosis Health Info, and check out Slender for Life. And if you just think that you or your kids can't make these changes and you got to have your McDonald's or you got to have your Dairy Queen or whatever, learn about hypnosis and find out how safe it is. It's totally safe. It's about putting you in control. It's not about being controlled. Putting you in control, changing your food preferences, moving away from things like Dairy Queen or McDonald's or Burger King, and making real food choices. Plant-based foods, the vegetables, the whole grains, and the fruit. If I can support you anyway, please give me a call, 206-903-1232, or send me an email, roger@hypnosishealthinfo.com. And each of us just got to take responsibility here and take charge of our own health care, reform our health care, eating healthy, being at a healthy weight, exercising, moving our body, changing our thoughts, our emotions, our behaviors. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info.